8 high flop is going to be big, big trouble.
Everyone's stacked deep enough that Johnny can call here if he wants, put on his little miner's hat, get some overalls, try to flop a set. Nice work inducing. It's a king!
Oh no, not like this.
Pocket queens for Kim. Makes it 9,000. Oh my goodness. Pocket kings for Mateos. 2 big stacks. Number 1 and number 3. Number 1 and number 2.
Sure enough. Love to see it.
8 high flop is going to be big, big trouble for Mr. Kim. Mateos checks. Adrian taking a look at those big 25K chips. Just one of them to call. Doesn't use, oh yeah, it uses 3 of them and 3 blues. That is a raise.
There it is. I mean, it's so weird because Kim has got to be concerned that his opponent might have a combo like 10s and play it like this. He might have a combo like jacks and play it like this. So it is a very, very, very weird spot now. And there's a queen on the turn.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, not like this.
The tables have turned. Kim does not have Mateos covered.
Oh my God. Joe, look at the pot. Look at Mateos' stack. SPR is incredibly low. It's so hard not to do a stack at this point.
All in.
He's all in. Snap call.
It is grim for Adrian Mateos.
Absolutely savage turn. Mateos needs to see a king on this river if he wants to remain. He might have a few chips behind. The 4 of hearts changes nothing, and Mateos is going to lose a huge pot. I think he has a few chips behind, though.
Calamusa in the cutoff has kings.
I'm starting to think maybe he can call cards. Hey, could you call for a Mother's Day card? I think it's too late for me to go out and get one.
Calamusa raises to 240,000. Adrian Alan folds. Jan Bendik's in the small blind with ace-6 of diamonds.
Call.
Round to Asan Umarov in the big blind.
I think it's my turn.
There's only one hand you want here, my friend.
And it's not 7-8 offsuit.
They're both red? Well, he is getting ridiculous pot odds, but my guess is that the 10-euro qualifier isn't going to be quite as experienced post-flop as the French grinder and the former EPT player of the year.
Well, he decides to call, and we're going 3-way to the flop.
Hey, maybe Patrick Bruel will sing my mom something for Mother's Day.
Calamusa, the favorite here. The flop. Jack 6-6, trips for Bendik.
Oh, gross. King's no good.
Check.
Action check to the pre-flop aggressor. Calamusa continuing for 300,000.
Of course he's going to bet. He's going to have the best hand a ridiculous amount of the time.
Bendik calls. Umarov folds, heads up to the turn. It's a 5, meaning Bendik is a 95% favorite. And it looks like he's going to lead.
Maybe he doesn't like that spade.
1/3 pot, $500,000.
Could have been a little bigger.
All in.
Calamusa shoves.
Call.
Nice work inducing.
Calamusa at risk and drawing to just 2 outs.
King.
Unless it is a king on the river, he is out in 5th place.
Poor guy probably expected to be up against a flush draw most of the time.
All right. Flat flop, I guess.
Nobody expects Jan Bendik's Jan Ben trips.
Flops or diamond.
The river. It's a king!
Hit him with the hide.
That's why I'm the best, huh?
Jan is not amused. Johnny Lodden, who's been on the tour pretty much since the beginning, raises under the gun +1 with deuces. However, he has run into the queens of Alejandro Alonso. And Alonso will re-raise a 3-bet to 1450. Anyone else got a hand?
Get off your phone, dude. Jeez.
Strictly speaking, his hand should be dead.
Well, he folded.
It's folded back around to Lodden.
Everyone's stacked deep enough that Johnny can call here if he wants, put on his little miner's hat, get some overalls, try to flop a set.
Cool.
Sticks in the 850. Heads up to the flop. And there is a deuce. A set for Lodden.
On a dry board, too. Must be nice.
He checks.
I really like a check call in this spot.
Alonso continues for 1500.
Alonso happens to have a hand that would call a raise, but on a dry board like this, not every hand could.
Johnny calls. The turn card is a queen!
Oh, what a terrible card for Johnny, and in front of Ronaldo and everything.
He checks. Alonso likely to go for value again.
At least for Johnny's sake, he's sticking to the check call line.
$2,225.
At least I hope he's sticking to the check call line. Ah, crud.
That is a check raise to 6,500.
Lodden in a lot of trouble. And even though Alonso's got the stone nuts on this board, this is not an ideal spot for a 3-bet. With such a dry texture, it's going to narrow his range down to sets, which are all higher than Johnny's, and bluffs. And I feel like people are bluffing here less often than they clean up after themselves at the movies.
Alonso has counted out a 3-bet. He re-raises to just over 11,000.
Especially a raise this small is going to look strong. A big raise could look bluffier. Maybe Johnny will pick up on it. It's hard to get away from a set, but I think Johnny knows deep down he should probably fold here.
He's gone for chips. He 4-bets. Alonso calls all in.
That escalated quickly.
Anyone fold a deuce? Because as things stand, Johnny Lodden is drawing to 1 out.
Deuce % chance of hitting a deuce. Is that lucky?
No.
I agree.
Alonso set to double up. He gets the double up, and Johnny Lodden will be left with 12,000 chips.
You guys, he's sitting right there.
Looks like Pereira will go for the deuces raise, assuming he is the chip leader of the table, right? Or someone has more chips, maybe?
Pereira's second in chips. Blake Bohn is the chip leader for now. Pereira with 50 bigs to start the hand. Yes, BB in the BB. Blake Bohn, Jack 10. The 2 biggest stacks at the table. Let's go. Jack 9, 5, 2 clubs. Top pair for Bohn.
Could see a continuation bet or a check from Pereira, I guess. King, Queen, 10, 8, 7, 6.
Oh, wow, sure. That's a lot. That is a lot of straight draws. 7 on the turn. And that connects quite a bit with all those hands that Parker just mentioned moments ago.
It does indeed, yeah. So probably going to see Pereira slow down here. Usually when you do go for the double barrel here with a hand like deuces, which is relatively common for sure, and could be used here, you likely want to have the deuce of clubs, though. Because if you do river your set with the deuce, which is obviously going to prove you to the best hand the vast majority of the time, it's a bit problematic if it's on the deuce of clubs. It's tough to really extract value and go for it. But, I mean, always happy to fire in that shell and see what happens. Doubt it's going to work against a hand like Jack 10, though.
Yeah, turn
top
the
pair
gutter
with
here
the
as well.
gutter. Yeah, it's going to be really tough to get it through. A few more bluffing opportunities with deuces with the club as well. When the club rolls off. I like the heart, though, for sure.
I mean, Bohn is not flinching at all. Like I like his table presence.
And just like that, we've got a big pot after a big bet flop, big bet turn.
This is what I was telling you about. It's a
Deuce of clubs
on the river.
And this will prove your theory about, I mean,
So he's still going to be able to go for value, surely,
sure,
but it's probably not going to be able to be all in. Whereas
Pereira's worried about, ace 8 of clubs, ace 6 of clubs, ace 7 of clubs, the king 10 of clubs. All of these combos have now, you'd hate to value yourself by, betting and losing. But you kind of have to, of course, because you're up against all those Jack X type hands as well.
It's a very awkward. It's not. It feels more awkward than I think it should be. Wow, and he checks it back.
Yeah.
See, this is kind of exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah,
In terms of barreling the deuces, it's pretty funny that it actually came to fruition. Like you need to be barreling the deuces on the club there because you can value bet the river.
Mad to the bone.
Someone just said on TV you do this.
So Tommy Nguyen has opened here with 6s. Mihai Manole with King Jack in the small blind.
Well, there's a player I definitely did not play against this tournament.
Scott Wellenbach?
Yes.
Queen Jack 10, all spades. Check to the pre-flop aggressor. Oh, this is bold.
It's bold. I'm pretty surprised to see in a multi-way pot someone go for the continuation bet, but it's going to be kind of tough to get through 2 people. You got no blockers. It's very likely you're going to be faced with some resistance, especially from the small blind.
So Mihai Manole, a 95% favorite with 1 card to come.
Can you really expect to bet at this once on such a wet board and get away with it? Like, you kind of have to be prepared to fire more than once at this, right?
Right, that's the problem, especially if certain turn cards don't come.
Oh, that is
God.
interesting AF.
Oh, come on.
How?
And this is where you might, if you're one, go for a bigger sizing just because a lot of the draws missed if you bet the flop with
the naked ace of spades.
Right,
yeah.
or the king of spades in your hand, for example, and then check the turn back when you get a caller.
Oh, man.
Then this is kind of the perfect river to bomb. It seems very innocuous to your opponent. None of the draws got there. So it definitely could look very bluffy. It looks like he is going for the bigger sizing. Looks like pot. Looks like exactly 270.
How much?
Yeah, I do like the bet size on the river. I love this about Manole. I played with him today, and he would say that when he was faced with a tough spot on a street, he'd be like, nice bet. And then he would take his time and think about it.
There's nothing wrong with appreciating.
That's true, right? Like, put me in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Kudos to that. I might still hero you. And yeah, this is an okay hand to hero with. He blocks straights. He doesn't block any flushes, but would someone really check back the turn if they had flopped a flush? Probably not, unless it was the nut flush.
Yeah, I think they're more likely to not.
Nice. Nice call-ish, right? Like, against a lot of hands, you could, against the sizing that polarizes their range, you will be good some of the time with your exact holding.
I mean, he might have done that had he not hit the 6 anyway.
Correct, yeah.
So you're thinking of a river.
You can't really fault.
I knew it was coming.
Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome poker content. And check out this video. The YouTube algorithm seems confident you'll like it.